Hi, my name is Jessica. I'm 26 years old and from Wisconsin in the beautiful Midwest. I've dreamt of van life for as long as I can remember, the idea of finding peace and solitude in nature while living of simple means. I found myself in a deeper faith in God through my travels across the United States. In 2022, I packed up my Chevy Traverse and set out on a road trip across the West Coast with my two dogs, Philip and Lucy. From visiting all of the national parks in our path to finding the hidden gems off the beaten one. To say that trip was healing is an understatement. I learned to soak in the little moments, to stop and adore the world and how God so carefully crafted so many wonders. I found a new strength and independence that I didn't know I had. I came back more in love with travel than I could have ever imagined, and I knew that there was no stopping my pursuit of van life. Since I was 14, I've spent endless hours drawing sketches and layouts of my dream home one day, and today is that day. I recently bought a 2023 Ford Transit cargo van with a high roof and extended cargo. After years of planning, it's finally time to get to work, and I can't wait to take you guys with me as I start this next adventure. Good morning guys, my name is Jess and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to talk about why I got the van I did. I'm going to bring you guys with me to my storage unit. I'm going to give you a little tour of my van, and if you stick to the end I'm going to give you a tour of my current home on wheels and a lot of the things that I love and don't love about it. So this is my 2023 Ford Transit cargo van 250 extended with high roof. So I bought it for $38,000 with 46,000 miles on it in Arizona in February of this year, 2025. I got a one-way ticket down to Arizona and then I drove it all the way back, which was a great test drive, got me very comfortable with driving it. I drove through crazy wind, snowstorms, super hot heat. It really got me comfortable with just how it drives and some of the little quirks that it has. So I'm gonna go over the three main van life vans that people choose. One of them being the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter, one being the Ford Transit, and the other one being Ram ProMaster. So I'm just gonna go over a few of the highlights of why I chose the Ford. In a different video, I'll go into the deep specifics of the difference of all three of them. Ultimately, the Ford was more affordable. It was definitely in my price range. What I preferred about that versus the Mercedes-Benz was just that the availability of parts. And with the Benz, you'd have to have it towed to a certified Mercedes mechanic, which can definitely make it difficult, especially if I'm living in it full-time. That just didn't seem feasible for me. So the Ford Transit has the overall largest cubic feet at 536.4 cubic feet. The other ones aren't far off, but a big part of the Ford is that it has a really tall roof. I'm short, so that's not a huge factor for me, but it does allow for a lot of overhead storage. And with the van design, I'm putting my bed on a bed lift, so I'll still be able to stand and walk underneath the bed when I'm not going to be using it. One of the other things I really liked that the Ford does is it has all-wheel drive, same with the Mercedes-Benz. However, when I bought my van, was looking very last minute because it was due to a car accident that I got in during one of the Wisconsin winters, and really tried to get me into a van as quickly as I could. The big things, because I was comparing more of the Ford Transit and the Ram ProMaster, was the Ford had a better performance engine and better suspension system. So between being a little bit bigger and having a better engine and suspension, those were kind of the three big points for why I chose the Ford. And if you're interested, I'm going to go really in depth in another video on specific sizes and the wall structures and everything, or for choosing between the three. So that's just a brief little summary on why I chose the Ford Transit. So I am going to finish my coffee and then come with me to my storage unit. I'll give you a quick little tour of the empty van and my current home on wheels, along with all the things that I thought that I would really love about the camper that I don't and is no longer a priority for me in building this van.
Morning has broken, my windows are open. Wanna feel the wind blow through my hair. Which way do I follow? What happens tomorrow? I turn to you and hope you can guide the way. Sometimes I give up, just wanna be on my own. Even in the darkest times, you give me hope. So I lean on you when I've lost my way. I keep holding on for a better day. I lean on you when the world's astray. I left my heart open so you hear my prayer. I left my heart open so you hear my prayer. In times that are changing and when hope is fading, I know I can turn to your embrace. 'Cause there's so much beauty under your heaven, and I'm grateful every day. Sometimes I give up, just wanna be on my own. Even in the darkest times, you give me hope. So I lean on.
Welcome to my storage unit. Don't judge me. Keep in mind I have a full house of stuff in here. I've tried to keep it as organized as I possibly can. But here we go. I'm going to somehow fit this entire cart of crap in there. I've had the twin size mattress in there, mostly because for my job I sometimes need to crash in my van between shifts. I work 12-hour shifts and day shifts, so when I'm far from home it's convenient to just be able to sleep in the van instead of having to drive back and forth so many times. And I've just kind of accumulated some stuff from the camper that I don't actually want in there anymore since I'm going to be cleaning everything out. So I'll try to snatch as much into the storage unit as I can. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Lost my way. I keep holding on for a better day. I lean on you when the world's astray. I left my heart open so you hear my prayer. I left my heart open so you hear my prayer.
Look at that. It all fits. Alright, here I am giving the van a good sweep after unloading everything. I'll give you guys a walk around tour when I'm all done. When I bought the van, it came with these black panels and floor mats pre-installed. I'll be ripping it all out in my next video. My dad wants these panels for one of his projects, so I'll be setting those aside for him. My first couple of projects in the van will be installing some more windows, and Killmat is a sound deadener. The van came with 2 fixed windows on the back doors and a fixed window on the side sliding door. Right now it's a tin can that heats up super fast, and without any airflow in it, it can get really hot back there. So I'll be incorporating 2 sliding bunk windows and a large window matching my sliding door. but with a built-in screen right behind the driver's seat. That'll give me a little bit more light that I'm looking for and help me get some airflow in the back without having to open up the doors. I do know that the extra windows will diminish my insulation goals some. However, I'm a sunlight girly and I thrive with having a lot of natural light around. So I'll take some extra steps in the winter and those really hot days to make sure that it's well insulated in there. Alright, so here is a quick little walkthrough tour of the front area. I do have a little dog bed up there. They like to sit up there and bark at any and all intruders. Otherwise, I have really great floor space. I have a unique design I haven't seen anyone else do yet. So I'm super excited to kind of get more into that later on. Otherwise, here's a quick little outside view of the van. So welcome to my camper. So I'm just going to give you a quick little tour of the place. So I will start off in the kitchen. So I have a fairly decent sized kitchen. It's still small to a lot of people, but I do have running water. I am connected to City Connect right now, so it does flow. I do have a little bucket here just to catch the water so that way I'm not constantly filling my gray tank. I do have a 2-burner propane stove. As well as a propane heater down below. Down here I just have some pots and pans, and then up top is where I keep all my bowls, my dishes, my glassware. I do have a little overhead exhaust fan that does have a light, which is really nice just to help vent out some airflow. I do have a great window here, which is a big reason why I want a window by my kitchen in the van. Otherwise, up top I have a little microwave here and I think it's a 50-liter fridge down below, but it has pretty much everything I need in there. And then I do just have a little baby lock to keep it shut for when I'm out on the road. One of my other favorite features is my little Keurig here. So initially when I started in the camper, I thought that it was going to be magical and I was going to have a little tea kettle that I was going to boil water every morning and then use a French press. But realistically, that was in the dead of winter when I had like no water, so doing dishes was horrendous. And then I also just absolutely hated cleaning out the French press. It just was time consuming. I didn't enjoy it. I ended up just like not really drinking coffee. So I ended up getting a Keurig for Christmas this last year, and it has been a game changer. I absolutely love it. I have these little refillable pods that I put the little filters in, and I just love making coffee in the morning. It's super easy and very convenient. I have my little paper towels here. This is my thermostat for my propane heater. And then I will give you a little tour of the bathroom. Don't mind my mess of my bathroom drawers. Alright, so in the bathroom, I have a little shelf up top, a mirror here. It's very tight in here. I do have a little toilet that I kind of just use as like a commode system. And then this is the shower. So really it's just storage for me. So I keep just like my extra drinks that I buy in bulk here, my paper towels, my toilet paper, and then my dry food storage for the dogs, dog food. I just have a couple other storage bins here, bathroom supplies, whatnot. But yeah, really the shower, which is a decent sized shower, is all completely storage. Okay, so next is I have my closet area over here. So this actually, I bought this off of Amazon, this rack, and it fits perfectly in there. So I have some just upper storage bins, my hanging clothes, and then 4 lower storage bins. And then this is also where I keep the dog food and water. I do have a little walking pad that'll plug in here and just get some exercise when it's too hot or too cold out to be walking outside. I'm hoping that my next trick with the dogs will be to train them on how to walk on it. We'll see how that goes. Right now they're terrified of it, but they're terrified of everything, so they'll come around. I do have a little vacuum up here. This is a little bookshelf that I put in next to the wheel well, and I have just games up here, the dog treats, my treats, and then just some like office supplies and more dog stuff. It's kind of a mess down there. And then I have my love seat. So my love seat is something that it was initially smaller, if you remember seeing it in my storage unit, but it was just a crappy little thing. I absolutely hated it. I ended up getting this for free for my sister, and then I just put a cover on it. And I absolutely love it. So that's one of the things that I'm going to be making a little bit of a challenge for myself, is figuring out my layout, which I think I have down, where I'm able to have a little love seat in here, because it's my favorite place in the camper. I love cozying up here in front of the fireplace, or watching movies here, or doing my computer work here, and the dogs like to cozy up next to me, and it's just, it totally makes my camper, and I need it. So we're gonna transition that into the camper. I hope that works out well. I have kind of some plans for saving space, including a bed lift, and then where I can have like a whole little living room area. I can keep my fireplace, I can keep my TV, and I can keep my little love seat. So that's one of my goals for the camper. But I did not realize that I was gonna use it or love it as much as I do until I started living in here and realized that it really is a priority for me. So challenge number 2. Alright, so next is my bed. I have a queen size bed in here, and I ended up trying to hang wallpaper, and I had it all covering this wall, and then it slowly just peeled off. So it's textured wall. I wasn't sure how it was going to work, and it didn't. So the dogs, this is their bed. I barely get a little sliver of it, as you can see, but it works really great for us. Like I said, in the van I'm planning on having a bed lift. The bed is going to be slightly smaller. It's going to have to be a custom size just to fit the area that I'm hoping for it. At the foot of the bed I just have the dog toys back there, and then a bunch of shoe storage. In the winter I actually have the TV gone and a fire, like an electric fireplace. So there's an outlet up there that it connects to, and then I have just a really cozy little fireplace feel here in the winter. Up top I have my Wisconsin junk drawers. I didn't have any drawers in here, so I have just basket 1 and basket 2, along with just some of my favorite books and my Bible study stuff there. And then I just have a little table here that I mashed between the bed and the couch. It has a little pole in the middle of it that can connect to a table mount, but really I just found it works best sitting there. So overall, with my van design that I'm planning, the things that I'm definitely going to keep that I love about the camper is the love seat, having a little coffee station set up. I'm going to do a Laveo dry flush toilet instead of what I'm working with now. I'm not going to have a shower in there. I'm going to save that space for the design that I've picked and that I'm really excited about. I am going to have a closet in there just because having clothes storage is important to any girl. And I'm trying to make it as spacious as I can, where the dogs have a lot of places that they can lay down and relax, but not be super just cluttered, claustrophobic in there. Alright, so that'll be it for right now. I hope you got a chance to just get to know me better, what my life is like currently living in a camper, what my hopes and dreams will be for the van, and I'm really excited to get started on it finally, and I hope you guys follow along. I'm really looking for any and all support, so I really appreciate it, and thanks for watching. Initially, oh, Lucy, you're gonna tip the camera over with your leash. Thank you for the French kiss. Oh, thank God. No, 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 no.